Radio friends, Friday, September the 5th, as we wrap up the first full week of September. Yep. Joan Stack is with us, State Historical Society.
Hello.
Welcome to Radio Friends, Joan. We're going to talk today about steamboats and traveling down the river.
That's right.
In fact, I've got a steamboat ticket with me here.
That's right. I've given you a ticket on the El Paso steamboat.
Now, you have an exhibit up, right?
That's right. We have an exhibit up called Thomas Hart Benton's American Mythologies, and we're dealing with various themes that Benton used in his artwork that tie into kind of mythos of America. And one of those themes, of course, is the steamboat. And Benton illustrated several books by Mark Twain in which he represented steamboats, and we have a number of these original watercolor drawings on display.
Original?
Yes, and I have a reproduction here for your friends online of one of these images, and it's an image from Huck Finn of a steamboat about to crash in to Huck and Jim.
If you want to see this, go to kbia.org and click on Radio Friends and watch this segment. And this is a reproduction
This
of
is
the
a reproduction of the original, which is on display. And this particular image shows a moment in the story of Huck Finn when they, at night, are on their raft and a steamboat comes barreling into them. Steamboats were very dangerous things in the 19th century. And so
why were they so dangerous?
Well, one problem was they had a tendency to explode. And so
I guess that would make it dangerous.
That was one problem. But the other thing is, especially in the Missouri River, the river itself was dangerous. So it was very shallow in parts, it was full of snags, and steamboats would often wreck.
Yeah.
And in fact, the El Paso was only around for 5 years.
The El Paso was a steamboat that went from where to where?
It went from St. Louis to Lexington, Missouri. And I chose that ticket to show. We have a reproduction of about a dozen tickets on display. But I chose this one because it stopped in Providence, Missouri, which is
Providence,
quite close.
Missouri. Providence Road is named after that town.
That town, yes, and it was a community, and apparently there are still some people who hang out in Providence. I'm not sure if you would say they live in Providence, but perhaps they do.
Well, Pat Akers, our audio guy, was saying he was down to where Providence was,
and he said there were some people down there in some homes that were not meant to last a long time. The problem with Providence is it's right on the river, so it was a steamboat landing. That's where you would, if you lived in Columbia and you wanted to go to Lexington, Missouri, you would catch the steamboat at Providence.
And Providence Road used to run all the way to Providence.
It used to run to Providence. And so this particular ticket mentions a number of little towns in Missouri, some which are familiar. Of course, Jefferson City is familiar. It mentions Rocheport.
Herman.
And
well, it says for Washington, Herman, Portland, and Jefferson City.
Yeah, and then underneath it says Providence, Rocheport,
Boonville, Arrow Rock, Glasgow, Cambridge, Brunswick, Windsor City, Miami. Did it stop at all these?
Yes, and this is where you would pick up your steamboat. And this would. One of the things that I think is really interesting about the idea of the steamboat is in the imagination of people of the time, the steamboat represented the possibilities of America and the American West. And I think Mark Twain used it in that way. It was exciting. It was also dangerous. We call this little section the thrill and the terror of the steamboats. And so it was, if you wanted to go west on the Santa Fe Trail, you would catch your steamboat, perhaps at Providence, and then get off at Lexington, and then go over to Independence and take
so
the Santa Fe
Lexington was the
Trail.
end of the line.
For this particular one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lexington, Missouri, it's fairly far west in the state, and that was considered, the Wild West in 1850. It was, Missouri was the furthest west, aside from Texas, the furthest west state. So this was the gateway.
So you've got a lot of information down there.
Yeah, and a lot of different things. We explore other aspects of the kind of mythos that Benton was exploring. I think I was on before and we talked about Jesse James, which is another theme. But we are going to be open. The exhibit is going to be on show at the Artifact Crawl, and I wanted to promote that a little bit on September 18th from 4 to 8. We are opening our doors.
That's a Friday, isn't it?
Is it a Friday or is it a Thursday? I'm
Okay,
thinking it may be
September
a
the
Thursday.
18th.
But we are opening our doors for people to come after hours and see our space together with other spaces on campus. There's a gallery crawl, a lot of different entities on campus, galleries, also spaces like the Laws Observatory are opening their doors and inviting people to come in and see what kind of resources we have to offer people. And we want to invite people to come. We'll have some light refreshments. We'll have a few activities for kids.
So what time? That's September the 18th, at what time?
From 4 to 8. So bring your families. We will also have students from anthropology will be in talking about some objects from anthropology that we are going to have on campus in our space, because right now anthropology has moved off the quad and is over at Mizzou North, but they are going to come to our space for the crawl. So that'll be a great opportunity to get 2 for 1 at the State Historical Society Gallery. I'll remind people where we are. We are on the ground floor of Ellis Library in the East Wing. We have an entrance on Lowry Mall, another entrance across from the Memorial Union on Hitt Street.
Okay. Now, how long will this particular show be up?
We are going to be closing the Benton exhibit right after the crawl, the following week.
Okay,
so this will be your last chance.
You got through September the 20th, something.
Yeah.
Okay, probably through the last day of summer.
That's right. Yes.
Okay,
and it's
because
really,
this is really kind of a summer type exhibit.
That's right,
isn't it?
and it's kind of exciting. This is the 125th anniversary of the birth year of Thomas Hart Benton. So this is a celebration of Benton as well.
Okay, people want to find out more online?
Yeah, you can always reach us at our website, which is shs.umsystem.edu.
SHS at MissouriSystem.edu.
Yeah.
Okay.
shs.umsystem.edu.
Okay, and your hours are that you're open?
Well, the society is open 8 to 4:45 Tuesday through Friday, and 8 to 3:30 on Saturday. The gallery opens at 9 on those days.
All right, Joan Stack, thank you so much for coming by from the State Historical Society. There is so much to see and do there. And you are a wonderful person, just full of information that brims for it. It's always a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much.
Joan Stack, let's see, Monday, Vera Massey, University Extension with us. Our program directed by Travis McMillen of the Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Pat Akers from KBIA. Our floor director is Daniel Shapiro. And our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. Send me an email, something you'd like to hear or see. I would love to hear from you. It's pepperp@missouri.edu. Bye-bye.